My name is Christian Kraszewski, and I work as an attorney. I'm a securities litigation attorney, so a typical day, I'll wake up, I'll check and see what the securities markets are doing in the morning, and then when I get to the office, I'll review my calendar. I generally, have a lot going on in a given day. I'll have a few conference calls with clients, other attorneys. I'll generally draft pleadings, respond to discovery requests, serve discovery requests on other parties. I will occasionally have hearings or be preparing for trial or mediation or even settlement conferences. The good thing about my job is that every day is different. The calendar is never the same, and there's always something new and interesting going on day to day. The biggest part of my day is trying to find ways to represent my clients in a way that allows them to recover as much money as possible. At the end of the day, my job is always to get my clients as much money back that they've lost through faulty investment advice from their advisors on a daily basis. Whether that's serving, very complicated discovery requests, whether that's meeting with the clients for hours on end to position their case in light of the strengths of their background. At the end of the day, my job is always to represent my clients to the best of my ability. And that's what's most important day in and day out. In order to work as an attorney, you have to have a law degree and an undergraduate degree. As far as any requirements in your undergraduate work to become a lawyer, there aren't any. I went to law school with the mindset that having a political science background was going to suit me well. When I got to law school, I realized that a lot of my colleagues had all different backgrounds, and there was no set formula for succeeding in law school based upon what you studied in undergraduate work. I worked for 8 years before I went back to law school and knew that I wanted to work as a securities attorney because I had a background working after college in the securities field. There are people who will have a biology background and go and work, in a medical malpractice field, and there are a lot of different specialties you can work towards and have a career in the legal field based upon, what you studied in your undergraduate work. But it's not, there's no set formula for success. That's what's great about the law, is that you could come from all different kinds of backgrounds and, go in many different directions with your career, without it being set in stone. You can jump around, you can try different fields, and you can practice in multiple fields. There's no set formula for success. As far as what you can expect at law school, expect to read more than you've ever read anything in your entire life. I read to the point where I still am hesitant to pick up a book and read for pleasure, just because you're inundated with reading. If you really don't like reading, I'm not sure that a career in the legal field is in your future. I wouldn't say that it's an impossible or insurmountable amount of work, but there's a great deal of reading in your career. As an attorney, there's a great deal of writing, not as much reading as there was in law school, but it's certainly a large focus. You'll get better at it, you get quicker at it. As you go through school, as you go through your career, you can read very quickly and absorb the information faster than you ever could have imagined. The legal field is always changing, and it's always interesting, and you're always trying to keep up with the changes in the law and changes in theories in your practice. So it's a phenomenal field of interest, for all backgrounds. And if you like to come in and have a different day every day for your career, then choosing the legal field is certainly should be up at the top of your list. As far as the bar exam, law school classes either graduate in December or in May. So the bar exams are in nationally, no state specific. Every state is attended around the same time. You have it in July or in February. So based upon when you graduate, that's when you could take it. And you basically study for 2 months straight to get ready for the bar exam. It's very important. It's certainly an achievable goal. It's not impossible by any stretch. There are bar exam preparation courses that you can take. It's very easy to sign up. They come right to your law school. You could sign up right there. They give you all the study materials that you could ever need to pass the bar exam. It's a stressful time, but it's certainly, if you do the work, you will be very pleased with your results. And hopefully it's something you only do once, and it's definitely worth the effort for a rewarding career. The best part of my job as an attorney I would say, is helping clients. It's very rewarding. It gives you a sense of purpose every day that your hard work and your effort is benefiting someone else who's relying upon you. I would also say that the challenges of the job are also there. I'm challenged on a daily basis to be a better attorney, to craft my skill, to hone my skills in a way that allow me to best represent my clients and to succeed as an attorney. Every day there's a lot of lawyers out there, and you want to differentiate yourself from the others. And by doing so, there's challenges, and there's a building process in your career, and every day you get better and better at your craft, and more confident. You're able to take on more and more complex cases and challenge yourself. So helping clients and the challenges of the field are definitely at the top of the list as far as the best things about being an attorney. I think the worst part about being an attorney is the hours. I don't think it's a secret. It's an hours game. Whether you're billing by the hour or you're representing clients on a contingency basis, there's no shortage of work. There's no shortage of time that is required of you as an attorney. You will get more efficient as you move along in your career, but that will only allow you to take on more work. It's never going to be a question where, if you're an attorney, you're going to come in and work 9 to 5. If that's what you're looking for, if you're looking for something that's steady and consistent, I wouldn't recommend that you go to law school and become an attorney. If you like the challenges and you like, excitement, and you're willing to put in the time and the effort to succeed, and you're flexible in what you can do, and particularly if you're in trial, there's nights when you're in trial that you may be up, most of the night and hardly sleep at all. But that's the type of situation that comes up. You need to be flexible, open-minded, and rise to the challenge. And it definitely, you may talk to people who work at firms where they don't work as much as some other attorneys, but at the end of the day, you have to be prepared to work hard, to challenge yourself, and there's the pressures associated with those challenges. So be prepared. Don't kid yourself. Law school is difficult, it's competitive, and the legal field is even more competitive. The expectations are high, but at the end of the day, if you want to be an attorney and this is what you see yourself doing, then it's all worthwhile. My final advice for anyone who's interested in becoming an attorney would be to take advantage of the resources, the courses that you have available to you in your undergraduate work. If there's a debate team, consider joining it. If there's public speaking classes, I would take as many of those as possible. I would go and speak with, if there's a pre-law advisor, I would go and speak with that advisor early on in your undergraduate career and say, what should I be taking, what should I be doing if I plan to attend law school, after my undergraduate work? You're going to have to take the LSAT. It's an entry-level exam which will determine what type of law school you get into. The better your school that you get into, the higher pay you can expect when you get out. It's a pretty straightforward formula. So the better you do in your undergraduate work and the better you can prepare for the LSAT, the further along you'll be once you hit the ground running when you get out of law school. Going backwards, if I had to do it over again in undergrad, I would have I would have taken more, debate type classes, public speaking type classes. I think more and more colleges now are offering moot court competitions and things like that, and that's a great experience, especially if you're considering a career in litigation. Being able to speak comfortably in front of people and to people and persuade them about what you're trying to convey, is an important part of being a litigator. So establishing those skills early on and being confident in those situations, that type of experience is paramount.